Hello there, welcome to Two Clan Dinosaurs. I'm Siobhan, and I'm very, very old. With me over there, that's your Dr. Sinister. Hello. He also is old, just not as old. But we're dinosaurs, I think. I think that's fair. We haven't explained the...
Hang on a minute. Someone's...
Yes.
Hang on.
Yes.
Someone... What?
Hmm?
No, I'm afraid you're a bit early. The bit where half the universe is destroyed isn't until Legopolis. You want to say hello, do you? Thanos would like to say hello.
Right.
But he's here early.
Just a little. Yeah. It's a bit blurred.
He was quite keen on seeing the destruction of the universe.
Of the universe. The thing is, it doesn't actually solve the problem.
No.
Because it's just reducing the area, but not the population. I mean, the population's reduced, but it's still the same ratio of area to population. Therefore...
The whole premise was flawed.
Yes, frankly.
Also...
Yes?
When Thanos did the...
Oh, very nice.
Why didn't half the trees disappear?
I'm going to lay awake worrying about that now. Thank you. Thank you very much. Cheers. I'm grateful. You've been alone all week, haven't you?
This has been bugging me for some time. Because he doesn't just say sentient life, he says all life.
All life, yes. All life is my enemy. All things shall be... No, that's Omega. Ah, dear. Right, now. So, we are on episodes 3 and 4 of The Keeper of Traken. We're going to talk over it for you. We're both... Well, I'm playing it on BritBox. Sin, what are you playing it on?
It works.
Righty-ho. I don't know if I'm going to be able to carry on during this. It might just suddenly disconnect for me. Times are hard, basically. So this could go horrifically wrong. Life is like that. By the way, Sinister.
Hello.
It's 6 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I'll explain later if I need to. All right, then. So, I have 23 minutes, 47 seconds.
Yes, Thanos and I have 23 minutes and 47 seconds.
So you Corvus Glaive? I mean, you know, I'm just trying to work out which one of the Dark Order you are. Okay.
You've lost me.
Oh, dear. You know Thanos' henchman?
Okay.
You got the Ebony Maw, you got Corvus Glaive, all those. I'm just trying to work out which one of those you are.
Oh, I'm one that hasn't been seen. I do his PR.
Right. I think you need to work on that. Okay.
Didn't say I was good at
it. All right, then. So, I'll say 3, 2, 1, go. And I say go, hit the play button. And then we'll start talking over things. I wonder what the first thing is we'll say. 3, 2, 1, go. Pizzazz!
Wow.
What do we make of the title sequence? Nice hats, brooch, pterodactyl. Spangly. Ooh. You see, that works because Tom's scarf works well with the durations, but the Davison thing, it's just like somebody's just gone stick a photo on the monitor. We're going to have some dodgy eyes.
Oh, yes. Fendal eyes.
Zug. Dear me.
Did you know this was part 3?
I did.
Oh.
It's the only time Tom wears that scarf like that, I think. Oh, no. Full circle as well. I could be wrong. He's got the height to carry it off. Anyway, whilst this is going on, just so folks know, Sunday's The Flashing Blade on this Twitch channel / YouTube channel. We're talking about Time Monster, Big Finisher's 4th Doctor, Lisa's 4th Doctor thing. Callan and a bit of Space Above and Beyond. Penultimate episode, I believe. Ah! It's a beard. Sorry, I'm trying to hold back on the beard references.
Mm-hmm.
Makes Matthew Waterhouse sad as he can't grow one.
Can he not?
It was in the Falklands War, and basically, whatever happened to him down in the Falklands, it stopped him growing a beard.
Matthew Waterhouse.
So I'm thinking about Prince Andrew and sweating.
I'm completely lost.
Good. God, that's taken a few years to be able to do. Normally, you're right there with me.
I've been using sticky stuff remover, and it's made me a little bit weird.
Oh, right. Okay. Melka laughing.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, we've got an interesting thing to keep an eye open for at some stage. And Tom Snot.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know if he's got a runny nose or if it's something else. It could be a bit of cobweb. But I'll try and point out when it happens. They're up and awake and about and they're doing things.
Did these costumes ever end up at Longleat?
That or Blackpool, I can't see why they wouldn't have done. They're excellent costumes.
Indeed.
You can always
Of course, it would be nice to go back to Traken, but it's not there anymore.
No. There's a Peter Davison audio where they go back to before Traken was destroyed. In fact, right when the Keeper was being created. And then there's always Serenity, which was supposedly the sequel to Traken. Basically, they discover a Traken colony. And it's...
Do they have Sconnon blasters as well?
I don't know. It was on audio.
Let's say yes, then.
And I don't... Did they make Serenity? Did Big Finish make Serenity? I don't know.
Isn't it interesting, whenever people are unconscious in film and TV, they always wake up all at the same time?
It's strange, that. And also, they say the most obvious things, like, it's the penal wing. No,
it's not the escort,
really?
Is it? I'm looking for
It doesn't do wood.
No. He's obviously got something on his face.
Yes.
Sign of a good actor, that. An actor who's not afraid to touch his face. And
no, he's very good like that. He's very faciable. Pertwee occasionally would do that as well. You know, rub the nose or whatever, the back of the neck.
Yeah, it's a sign of a good actor.
Yep, business. Business, you see, business. She's an extremist. Yes, she's under his control now, but still, she's an extremist.
Indeed.
She wouldn't have been in this position otherwise.
No. It was just a strange fetish for stone.
Hadn't thought of that. Okay. So perhaps she fell for Tremas because he was stony faced. No, yeah.
Well, he was plastered, you see.
Ah, to be fair, we have seen him do a lot of drinking. Hello, interesting deck. Ooh, silly hand. I remember at the end of this episode dashing straight to the telephone to phone my best friend Andrew Smith and say, "Do you see who it was? Do you see who it was?" Getting all excited.
Yeah, it's a shame about the ping pong ball eyes have gone.
I'm not so certain. This one's just that slightly grislier, I think. And crispier.
Uh-oh.
Yep, that worked.
I don't think Nissa looks as good in a skirt.
As good as.
When she's in trousers.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough. Oh, what a corrupt
Big-
society Traken
this
is.
Big hair society as well.
Mm. Oh dear. No, it won't, Cassia.
No.
No. Beware the Ides of March. Oh, it must be the Ides of March before much longer. Or has it been the Ides of March?
It's cruel giving a name like Cassia to someone who's got a little bit of a lisp.
Well, you don't tend to go around saying your own name.
I do.
You're special. That's all I'm saying.
Special.
Yeah. Gosh, isn't it so useful that their home comes complete with God knows what? Well, an iron bonder in this particular instance. It's just a shame she knows so little about biotelegenesis.
Yeah, I mean...
if you can hear scampering...
Otherwise she'd be the perfect woman.
Right. If you can hear scampering, my dog and cat are playing together.
You're looking a bit like Holly tonight.
Yeah, everybody keeps saying that to me. The reason I'm like this is because I'm bloody cold. It's...
Can you just, for the purposes of a joke, just look at the camera and say, "All right, dudes."
All right, dudes. We are talking April, May, June, July Fool.
Nice.
It's the Norweb Federation, Dave. You left a light on before you left Earth. Sorry, it's chirruping. The cat's calling to the dog. Oh, it's so cute. Breaks me, completely breaks me, and makes me laugh. And then I worry because the female dog's trying to bonk the male cat, and it's I was never confused. Oh dear.
I've got my orders.
It's not full on, Mama said. Come on. All right, I can't actually hear the soundtrack, but from memory.
I accept.
My, that's a nice new necklet you're wearing, Cassia. Doesn't go with the outfit, mind. So, what's going on here? Yeah, some people will say it matches part of her dress, but I'm not so certain. God, listen to her. It's a case of, this is Traken.
Yeah.
Listen to what she's saying.
She's a nut job.
Oh dear, there's limits to the power of money. Yes, but Nissa of Traken, probably the Norfolk Trakens. It's not the first time she's... Well, it won't be the first time. It is the first time she's used a gun, but it won't be the last. I got there eventually.
Yes.
Thank you. Was it worth the effort? That's the question. Okay.
No. Ooh. Yep.
Nice economic visual effect there. I like that. Very quick. Which means you don't... and you also don't get a chance to look at it properly. So it works. There! Look at his nose! I think that's cobweb.
Yeah, it's cobweb. It's in his hair.
Yeah. There we go. We've disproved a fan legend this very evening here on Two Fan Dinosaurs.
We solve all the problems.
We do.
Except the obvious one.
Yeah. We're sorry about that. Oh, how neat. He's closing the door behind him.
It's very tidy.
We in Scaro? No. Hang on. These are lovely sets. And it's just one piece of set, which is moved around a little bit. And, oh, God. Wow. Hiding in plain sight. Let's just tick the bingo card. Oh, dear. I'm so proud of my daughter being able to shoot men.
Well done. Well done. I love the way that everyone assembles so they're all just in facing the camera.
Very careful blocking here.
Indeed.
Adric's almost got an action pose going on there. Almost. Oh, dear. Really, isn't it? Oh, no.
Oh,
Travis, you fool!
They'll sleep for a bit yet. What, like 10 seconds?
Yep.
Also,
He's got a head now.
At the same time again.
Is what he wear who?
They both woke up at the same time. Again.
You see, if I was shot like that, I'd take as much time as I could because I like a good sleep. It's that simple. Just lovely season 18 visuals here. And I know Tom didn't like this costume, but I really think it works. I adore it. It just works with the lighting and the... Oh, Doctor!
Jeez. It's turning into Die Hard.
Yippee-ki-yay. Sorry.
Come on out to the coast. Have a good time.
I always wanted to talk like Tom Baker Day. I tried to get a talk like Tyrion Lannister Day.
Do you remember when Tom Baker did the speaking clock?
Yes! It wasn't the speaking clock, it was a text-to-voice.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
I've actually got a version of Video Killed the Radio Star with Tom singing it from that. Somebody decided to have fun. Put the blame on VCR.
I mean, just because Melker's got two eyes doesn't mean you have to have two monitors.
Well, yeah, I know. It's... I've got to admit, I'm terribly sorry, but I don't like the Master's setup here. Oh, dear. Wait for it. First hint. Looks like... Second law of entropy.
Uh-oh.
Tree mass. Why? That's an anagram of...
How interesting.
No, you're wrong. It's a ham. It's a Mark III ham. I'm sorry, Anthony Ainley fans, but... And I know he has his fans. I'm good. I'm pleased. But his mask never quite did it for me. And his costume was ridiculous. It was pure panto villain.
Hello, you.
Is that a pussycat?
Yes.
Is that a Tiberius?
It is a Tiberius.
Ah.
You doing your pairing thing?
Ooh, that was a little bit pointed. It's done the job. God, Tom is so different in this to season 17, isn't he?
You're going to lean against me there, are you? That's nice.
Oh, that reminds me.
Right.
I need to find a thing. I need to find a thing. A thing I need to find. It's going to take an eternity and a day. That much I can guarantee.
I wonder what the thing on the wall is meant to symbolise.
Hang on, I will find the bastard. In between posts about... Oh yes, there we go. I shall read you something afterwards, viewers. Something, I think I wrote it, but it was so long ago now I can't remember. This seems like the best place to do it, to be honest with you. It seems fitting, it's season 18. It's Christopher H. Bidmead, The Truth. With apologies to Jeffrey Archer, The Truth, which was a brilliant play. It was hilarious. You noisy pussycat. What a beautiful little baby. That's a good purr.
That is a good purr.
Anybody following what they're actually doing?
No, I was sorry.
It's science, isn't it? It's definitely science. And they've got a small aubergine there.
Lovely. Well, he's always wanted one.
To other people, they're called eggplants. We call them aubergines. Either way, they're disgusting. There's going to be a... Oh, no, now. My favourite sound, the purring of a cat. Oh, God, someone put a shilling in the meter. You see, this is the energy crisis for you.
Yeah.
Sister Idakana in real trouble. Oh noes.
Flame going down. Sacred flame.
Sacred fire. All I'm hearing is intermittent purring. It's hilarious.
I put a microphone up for him, that's why.
Oh, right. I thought we just thought he was headbutting the microphone. It is an agonising death, Katora.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah, quite. Gonna serve for about 1,000 years. Can't get out of this bloody chair. This is where you have to transcend the body. Weetabix. It's made of Weetabix. I refuse to say otherwise. Those walls are made of Weetabix. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well done, Adric. Ah, Neiman. How kind. They've gone nuts, love. When they write the history of this keepership, it's going to end badly. Oh, look! He's got the same gun as General Grugger. From Meglos. And then there's the second Scotland Empire, of course. Oh dear. Zap. He's quite happy to use a gun in this, isn't he? I mean, we know Tom's doctor can be violent. They're nearly there. They're nearly there. Oh, this is magnificent. Walking in the wind acting. Her hair's not moving, even though apparently there's this huge gale. Oh, there it is. Now the wind machine's hit it. And it stops hitting it. How much hairspray was she using? Wow, that's it. That's all you get. Just a quick, well done, mate. Here's a watch. Oh, noes! Dennis Carey's out of a job. Looks like she enjoyed sitting there. I'm going to be honest with you. It's all going pear-shaped, boys and girls. It's all going pear-shaped. And this is when the mind boggled on first transmission. My mind did somersaults. Because we had no idea at all. Yeah, no. We don't do that. So, why do you have to look to be killed? Is it some sort of ocular weapon? Geoffrey Beevers has a magnificent voice. See why they chose him. Oh, hello. And suddenly my mind goes fa-toom out of my ears. It's the original Master Cloak from Deadly Assassin, by the way. It was a little bit mummified by the time they got to it, but... oh my God, it's the Master! I wonder what Sue Perryman made of that. Don't complete the transition. So, Katura, this is all your fault. That's all I'm saying. Andrew, I can't hear you. I still can't hear you. Have you hit the mute button on the microphone? Hit it again. Just touch it once. So it doesn't flash.
Oh, that what I did.
Oh dear. Oh, there's a wheezing groaning sound. Good cliffhanger. Good cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I like that cliffhanger. I speak highly of it, quite frankly. Now, hang on, I'm just lining up episode 4. I want to read you something.
As I was saying when I was muted, she is the Jar Jar Binks of this story.
She is, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Right, so with apologies to Jeffrey Archer, the truth. Christopher H. Bidmead, the truth. So anyway, I seem to remember that we were running low on blog entries. However, we did have one blog entry that may have worked, but it would have needed a polish from an experienced script editor. Siobhan obviously needed reining in, as she'd got far too silly. So I spoke to John, who naturally agreed with me, and Barry pointed out that this was quite right in making the blog more serious, and I was obviously the right man to do it. The entry was about the E-Space trilogy, one of my more successful projects, like everything I worked on, and trying to get Siobhan to stick what I'd written as her was proving very difficult. So I spoke to John, who agreed that we needed to get Siobhan singing from the same song sheet. Barry said there was probably a song sheet left over from his time on the show, something to do with Lullabies and Venus. So we got hold of that and I adapted it and made sure that Siobhan stuck to it. The first E-Space story that the public were permitted to see was Full Circle. This was originally a piece of fan fiction from the Strathclyde Police Force about Inspector Barlow, but I checked with John and he agreed that I should rewrite it to include men in rubber suits. The spiders, naturally, were my idea. Barry said they'd probably had some spiders left over from that incident of Pertwyside that had happened at the end of his time on the show. I wasn't happy with them, so I spoke to John and he agreed we needed more and better spiders. I somehow don't think that Lala Ward, who obviously didn't understand Doctor Who whatsoever, appreciated being covered in these small tool-like things. However, I explained it to her and naturally she agreed with me. The filming was interesting in that I basically had to take over from Peter Grimwade when he decided to make the show far more interesting and colourful than was originally planned. I spent a whole night going through the woods cleaning paint off the leaves of bushes and trees. Luckily, I'd spoken to John about this, and he agreed that more colour and atmosphere simply wasn't what we wanted for his version of Doctor Who. The same problem happened with Adric. Originally, the part was going to be played by an older actor, Anthony Andrews. However, I didn't think he was right for the role, so I spoke to John, who agreed with me, and I suggested Matthew Waterhouse, who I'd seen doing a convincing Want Sugar with that in the BBC canteen. John agreed with me, and Barry remembered a scene from his time on the show that could be adapted for someone of Matthew's obvious talent, involving a Bunsen burner and a jar of cocoa. As it was, Full Circle came out far more interesting and colourful than I wanted. This was supposed to be a serious show about science. So I spoke to John and he agreed with me. However, the director Peter Grimwade was annoyingly stubborn about how he'd done a great job with an excellent cast and crew. Even the music fitted the show, so we ended up having to compromise and leave all the serious science about endless procedure, part of my ongoing plot arc for the series in the show, and Grimwade's vicious attack by the Marshman on the Starliner, great name, one of mine of course, was put on the cutting room floor, including the bit where a Marshman was trapped in the door thanks to some magic jiggery-pokery by the Doctor. Thankfully, that sort of thing wouldn't happen again unless they agreed that a ship was powered by an antimatter containment vessel, and without me on board the show the following year, there's no way they could have thought of that. State of Decay was problematical. Someone as comparatively inexperienced, compared to me as Terence Dix, shouldn't have employed. In fact, I said this to John, and he agreed with me. However, the BBC wanted a vampire story to counterbalance the silly drama they'd made several years previously, and Dick's script was, as you know, the only one who, in the cupboards of scripts we can use. So I spoke to John and Barry, who had worked for a short time with Terence, and agreed as long as we can keep a close eye on Terence's annoying tendencies to write a thumping good story, we may be able to salvage something. In fact, Barry told me in complete confidence that I was far better script editor than Terence had ever been, and if we needed it, there was probably something of Terence's moustache left in visual effects department. This would eventually prove useful. Unfortunately, the director, Peter Moffat, looked at the rewrite of Dick's far too exciting script that I'd performed and complained to John. Whilst John agreed with me, naturally, it was far too late in the day to rewrite again, so we had to revert to Dick's original far too exciting script. Actually, Barry said there was probably some day left over from his time on the show, an episode cut from the 1972 series, I believe. Unfortunately, it included those magical devices, the Daleks, and there's nowhere I'd allow that sort of thing to extend the amount of time I had to rewrite Dick's script. So, in the end, State of Decay ended up not nearly as scientific as I'd have preferred. I spoke to John about this, and he agreed, naturally, that I was right. All the wonderful stuff I'd written about the wasting ending up as nothing but Dick's loo roll. Barry suggested there might be some loo roll left over from his time on the show. One of the interesting things about this DVD release is that the production notes have appointed singling out beards and special attention. Quite right, too. Naturally, I checked with Steve, and he agreed that as I have a beard, I should rewrite Nick Pegg's text about the beards, removing any reference to use of old Terence Dix's 70s moustaches. Unfortunately, I may have accidentally made the text more amusing than was necessary. Again, despite my best efforts, and John and Barry agreed that my efforts were the best, State of Decay came out being incredibly moody and atmospheric, at the expense of cold, hard science. Luckily, the next story I was able to completely rewrite as I had done with the previous stories of the series. Warrior's Gate was a fascinating story about the I Ching, slightly fantastical, but I suppose useful as a model of the universe, and it gave me a chance to rid the show of that magical device Harry Canine, who simply hadn't got on board with my version of the show and kept breaking down at the least convenient moments. A simply beautiful story after I'd done a quick polish. Young Steve Gallagher can't take any credit. I wonder what became of him. Director Paul Joyce, a man who agreed with me about everything, made the science in the show front and centre. Except he didn't. He was more interested in making a visual masterpiece. So I spoke to John, and Barry agreed we should sack him, which lasted half an hour. No one seemed to be able to direct the story how I required it, and as we only had Joyce's shooting script, I simply didn't have time to rewrite it yet again. I was busy on Logopolis by then. Joyce had to be re-employed. This resulted in an incredibly interesting, atmospheric and clever show, which I simply hadn't planned. I spoke to John, and he agreed that we really shouldn't show it. As it was, we only managed a 2-week break between State of Decay and Warrior's Gate being transmitted. This box set is very interesting, mainly due to me being front and centre and telling the story how it really happened. I didn't like the idea of a box set, so I spoke to Steve, and Barry agreed with me. However, to entertain, overruled us, saying that it made something called perfect retail sense. This resulted in a box set that is far too atmospheric and interesting than should be allowed. So I spoke to John, and Barry said there was some interest left over from his time on the show, and I think that might have been a review of the Season 18 box set?
Sounds like it. Or was there an E-Space trilogy box set?
There was. That was DVD. I'm looking at the date of this. Last edited 2021. That sounds like when Season 18 came out in the box set. Yeah, sorry about that, but I found it the other day and thought, this is quite amusing. So, yeah. What do you make of that episode of Keeper at Traken?
Was there an episode? I've forgotten.
Thank you. I'm a bad girl. I am. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have got away with that on the Flashing Blade. They'd have shut me up.
You meddling kids.
Yeah, the meddling kids would have shut me up, quite frankly. Oh, dear.
There's no rules here.
No. Rules is for young people.
By the way.
Yes.
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 I've got badges.
Oh, World's Bestest Poet badges.
Yeah.
I look forward to this. Badges. You might be able to get someone wearing that. You know what I mean. Whereas getting him to wear a t-shirt would be impossible. He doesn't wear t-shirts. So,
Yeah, I need to order myself a T-shirt, but at
I
the
wouldn't
moment,
mind one. I want to go. I want to wear mine up at Derby. That would be. Trouble is, I then have to go around saying, "Look, no, I'm not. I don't think I'm the world's best. It's not me. That's the problem.
Right. I need to do a custom one then, don't I?
Not the world's greatest poet.
I'm here with the world's greatest poet.
That's not bad. I like the bestest poet.
Yeah. What did I say?
Greatest. It's an easy slip to make. I'll be honest with you. It is. It's a very easy slip to make. Yeah, no, that could be quite funny. Hooverville. I take it we're going up the Friday.
I haven't really decided yet. Probably.
Okay. The one time a year I can afford a hotel room for one night. But it's worth it. It is. We may have to give the new boy a lift up. Have to see how that works out. It's going to put extra time on us.
He prefers my car.
Well, if you want to take your car, take your car. You know, it just means rather than me come up to you, you'd have to come down to me. That's right, isn't it?
Indeed.
Actually, it does make sense because I'm going to go straight from mine up to Hackney. Hackney! That's if he isn't getting a train.
Trains are sad.
I like trains. Well, at least I used to. Back when you had the individual sort of compartments on a carriage.
No, don't get that anymore.
Big, springy... I mean, the seating on them was so soft and springy. It was lovely. It really was. And then they decided to put plastic seats in. Anyway, episode 4. We're now down to 5 minutes to midnight. So, are you ready? 25:11 I've got up.
Yes.
All right, then. If you're ready, boys and girls. 3, 2, 1, go. Pizzazz!
Wow.
What do we make of the title sequence? Yada, 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 yada. See what I mean? Tom's scarf works with this effect. It just does. Whereas Peter, it just looks like someone's cut out a photo of him and slapped it on the monitor.
He just looks slightly pained in this title sequence.
I've seen who his companions are going to be. The Kipper of Traken. That'd be a Paul Ferry thing.
Kipper is taken.
Part 4. Da, da, da.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, there you go, Jar Jar.
Jar Jar.
You're quite right.
Yes.
You also got to destroy Traken, okie doke. I will never do that again.
No.
Oh, dear. What gets me is that they actually, once Melker takes over, they go along with it.
Well,
because no matter what, this is the keeper.
Well, there's nothing they can do about it.
I mean, he spins them a yarn about it being the old keeper's plan, which is why you saw it like you did. Now, this is a bit wrong. He could have just materialised round her rather than time ramming her.
Where's the fun in that? She's got.
Actually, he wouldn't have got the power. He needed, different sort of thing. Just materialising round her isn't going to work. Warp, warp, warp. Yuck. I still think that's very elegant, that whole sauce manipulator thing.
I mean, the sauce.
Hello, I've got to sit down. Do you know how many years I've been stood in that bloody garden?
Who are you? I am the master and your loyal servant.
Oh, I have found the ones from the TARDIS.
What do you want? A medal?
I shall take the patrol and destroy them.
No.
I still say, at some stage, a con somewhere should play the Five Doctors, but it's a talkback version. You can yell out anything you want.
And now that we're doing Cyberman impressions, I have got to do this.
Oh, please do. Please.
You know what's coming.
I do, and I'm eager for it.
That is a rogue Cyberman on level 4 controller.
Oh, I've missed that so much. Oh, dear. We do it all the time in the TARDIS. Just like in the TARDIS. That explains those readings. Of course. Dear Bod. It looks like a TARDIS. Oh, Anthony Ainley's having a one. He's going for it. Essentially, this is a two masters thing. Sort of. I mean, it's a nice touch bringing Anthony Ainley in like this and doing it like that. It's just, like I say, what they did with the character. And apparently he wasn't overly happy at having to ham it up so much. And he didn't. I don't think he liked his costume either. Because it just looked pantomime. Come on, put it together, Doctor. His first word in the show soon.
So here's the thing, right?
Yep.
The Melker is his TARDIS, or one of his TARDI.
Mm-hmm. Let's not go into the dimensional problems that might cause.
Yeah, but so it's not always been a statue.
No.
So it's not always had eyes, which means he's gone to great effort to make his console inside look like it's looking out of two eyes. He must have been really bored.
The thing about certainly the Beaver's Master is he would get dizzy trying to walk in a straight line. He overplans things. Again, the Trail of the White Worm, I think it was called, Big Finish Fourth Doctor thing. And the next one's got to do with the Krulls. And Beaver's Master gets himself so tied up in his plotting, he doesn't know which way to face. It's completely, and it's pant-wettingly funny.
Death. I wonder how many times the word death's been said in Doctor Who ever.
We should have had a death counter.
Indeed.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Dear me.
I'm tired now.
It's very Brian Pern. I'm tired now. I'm going to have a little snooze. Oh, he's gone. We're practically spot on, by the way.
What?
In sync. That's quite nice. We don't often manage that.
No.
I got a walking stick I have to use. I've got a wheelie thing I have to use. I've got a wheelchair that sometimes I have to use. Science, you see. It's the marvels of science.
Look at all them capacitors.
It's not just that, but Adric must be a very quick study to be able to do all this.
Well,
I mean, it's a different technology.
To be fair, he is from Alzarius and he can adapt very quickly.
Something they didn't really make much of. There's a mention of it in the Visitation. Plus, it explains why he's eating all the time.
Yes.
High metabolism. Second law of thermodynamics. You see, there we go. First mention. That's my leg! Yes,
That's
hello, Chestnut. Thank you for that. I want him to go. A C reaction. What? I think the subtitles had trouble there.
Yeah, that was a bit odd.
Weird. You see, I've heard that they're continuing classic Who on BritBox, and I hope so because their subtitling sometimes is a joy.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
When I see the word,
look, he's got a necklace.
I want to say hello, Neiman, like in Seinfeld.
I don't watch Seinfeld. Never seen it.
Missed out. Oh,
And it's a console now. Basically, the Master's worked out who a weak man is. A weak man in authority, so easy to dominate.
Quisling.
Uther. Sorry. I used
Gamma
that
mode
to talk
encryption.
about Lib Dems. Oh, sorry.
Gamma mode encryption.
Oh, they don't have the integer key. Are you understanding any of this?
Yes.
Lying liar. Ooh, Murloc impersonation. I'm not quite sure why. That was meant to be Syl. Ah, Neiman, how nice.
Why do they all have different guns?
Well, it's an interesting point. It depends how old the guns are. They could be from different ages. Because it's not likely Traken would have a big armoury. So, what weapons they have to last down the years, I suppose.
Hasn't the Doctor noticed that it's doing a warp sound?
Oh dear, look. That's a thing that happened, isn't it? I actually read that as persuade your friend to cupcake. It's a bit of a worry. Not your fault this time, BritBox. Oh, gasping indeed. The question is, how does it actually affect the Master inside the ship? There's some interesting thoughts to be had about this whole thing.
That.
To be honest with you.
Not the Black Scrolls of Rassilon.
Because technically, the power of the Keeper should be going through the TARDIS rather than the Master. So maybe he managed to drain enough into his own body? I don't know. Oh, this is a bit naff. I mean, it's a nice idea. They just do not really...
Doesn't connect.
No.
I mean, I've banged my head loads of times, and I've never once fallen unconscious on the floor.
Tremas goes for the ring. The Doctor goes for the gun. Just pointing that out. Hey, it's Davros's little thingy from Destiny.
Yeah.
Probably isn't, but looks like it.
Looks a bit bigger.
Like I say, probably isn't. Hooray! The prop works! How do you know? How do you know this?
Yes. Leave me alone.
It was a nice idea. Oh, for heaven's sake, stop shooting people! I mean, I know they're just unconscious, but still.
You've got to move the plot on somehow. And...
Tremas should be the one doing that.
Oh, we didn't have a simultaneous wake-up.
Charlotte's just knocked over my clothes dryer.
Okay.
That's your kitten doing that. I'm just saying.
Didn't like me.
It was just got it wrong. That's all. She's a curious little beast, if I'm honest with you. Very much knows her own mind. And here we go. We're now going to have a section to do with maths.
Uh-oh. You should send that article to CT. Send it to Alan.
I don't know if they could print it. I mean, it's satire.
Yeah, that's fine. They do satire. Well,
Just worried it might be a little bit too attacking, if you know what I mean.
Well, wait till he's dead then.
Yeah, I might do. I've got to trim it and get rid of the references to the blog and whatever. Just change it to this article.
8.
7. Oh, by the way, it's 337 you need to keep to remember.
Okay.
337. Oops. Wind acting. Wind acting.
Uh-oh.
I have an itchy bottom. Feel my pain. That sounds wrong. Oh dear.
Basically, the source is the force.
To all intents and purposes, yes. I mean, you know, look at him. He's just controlling him. God, he must be sitting there going, ha, 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 I've never been able to do this before. This is brilliant. Come on, dance for me, monkey, dance. I mean, come on, what would you do if you had your greatest enemy at your mercy like that?
I'd kill him immediately.
Yeah, you see, most people...
And I'd do it personally.
Just to be sure.
And I would do it in the most violent way imaginable.
That could go wrong.
No,
if it's too complicated.
I'm just going to leave you here in this pit full of cobras and hope that when I come back in 2 days' time, you'll be dead.
Oh, that's going to hurt the knees. That's going to hurt the knees. I can't kneel down. I've never been able to kneel down, really. Hurts the knees.
Okay.
Nice try, Tree Mouse. But PC Stamp's having none of it.
No.
But see, this is right down the master's alley. Mind control. It's not even mind control, it's just controlling the body.
Hello, Newman.
Newman. Oh dear.
Kill him.
This is a line to be thought of. You can watch but not interfere. Reference to Time Lords, do you think? Just a thought. Another clue for the Doctor. You know, he's dropping them in front of him.
He didn't last long in that job, did he?
No. This is where the Crispy Master has a problem. Does so like killing people. They all like killing people. I don't know why I'm pointing the Crispy Master out specifically. Look for the strings! Look for the strings! Didn't see any. Tom! Emote, Tom! Was that the Madame Tussauds one?
Yeah. No, because his arm wasn't going like that.
Ah! Sorry. Ah! Hey! Sorry. Oh, build machines to my design, of course. That's interesting, because that's what the Saxon Master did, wasn't it?
Exactly what I was about to say.
In the abandoned timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Old squads.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, come along. Dear. You're being desperately slow. Mind you, in Legopolis, he does start to berate himself a little bit.
He's losing it.
Yeah, I think so. And I think he realises it. He keeps cocking up and being outthought.
His time is up.
Not quite.
Natural end.
About 4.5 minutes to go. God, people watching this and not knowing what I'm talking about are going to be really confused. I'm part of the shop window display now. It's a kid's dream, isn't it?
Big.
Oh. Right, so all hell's about to break loose then. Oh, that looks nice.
I've been expecting you, Mr. Bond.
Well done, dummy. It's interesting to note in this Analogopolis, Tom takes the master deadly serious. It's 25 past 11 there. He really plays it that the master is this terrible, terrible threat. There's no larking around or anything else like that.
No. Would he have done the same thing in earlier seasons, I wonder?
That's an interesting thought. How's he going to do that? Some sort of matrix slice?
I missed the ping pong balls.
Could have done without the painted on teeth. Right. So it begins. The Master's desperate struggle to basically stay alive. Started in Deadly Assassin and went from there.
Yeah.
And then Big Finish had a whale of a time. Oh, it's now 25 to 12. Big Finish had a whale of a time. The Crispy Master just keeps coming up. It's almost as if it's the Master's default form. It's quite funny. No, the sauce! The sauce! Ah! That's an iconic picture. Well done, Adric. You did something right. Oh, zap, 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 zappity, zap, 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 zap. Oh dear. Whoops, no, not that way. Yes, go out through there.
Oh, okay.
As TARDIS walls go, that's a bit flimsy. He headed towards that grandfather clock.
Yeah.
Remember, the Master's TARDIS was a grandfather clock in the Deadly Assassin.
Yes. So where did he get the other one from?
Nobody would do that for me. Oh,
do you know where he got the other one from?
He gets them. He and she gets them wherever she feels like it. I mean, you're not going to question them, are you? It's second nature by now for them. 337. And almost Earthshock pressing. Oi! Wind acting.
Yeah.
Technically, he shouldn't have been able to do that, but I'll let that slide. There we go. Well done, you. Well done, you. Very quick wrap up to this episode, to be fair. Oh, God, not Luvic. Really? That weak-willed, simpering little... I suppose he's got greatness in him after all.
Just says, I'll do it.
She's too old. We were all lucky, Doctor, to have met you.
See, this is one episode where the Doctor leaves a bit too quickly.
It is, isn't it? But as we know, the episode's not over. Bye. Oh, that poor control. Oh, look at it. It's wheezing like a grampus. Terrible in-joke coming up now. Absolutely terrible in-joke. However, setting up Logopolis. This type's not really my forte.
Oh dear.
I know. I do like this pairing. I said it last week. I'll say it again. It's ideal for Tom. Oh, hello. What's that in the background?
Particularly jolly music playing at the
It's
moment.
Nissa's theme. It crops up again in Terminus. Companions started getting trees. What time is the clock saying?
5 minutes to midnight.
4 minutes to midnight. After this, how many episodes till Tom goes?
4.
That's what the countdown's been about. They actually recognise it on screen. 4 till midnight. Nice little touch there, I thought. Bad effect there, I thought. I'm in my pantomime costume. And it's me, that other hand, the little hand. They look like Dalek guns. Warp. Where are you?
Buggered off.
And that's where my audio cassette went into the Startlegopolis. Because reasons. So, that was the Keeper of Traken. What do you make of it?
A new body at last.
It won't last. It really won't last. Big Finish really do. Every time he manages to get a new body, they revert him to the Crispy Master. It's hilarious. You feel so sorry for the poor guy. I think the best appearance, if it's not just that Kral thing, it's the in Masterful, where he finally gets a chance at a happy life, but Eric Roberts' master ruins it for him. The snake in paradise, essentially. Ah, dear. I enjoyed The Keeper of Traken. Fond memories of watching it on transmission. Knowing Tom was going. Utterly blown away by the Master being in it. Overjoyed. What the hell's going to happen now? And thanks to Doctor Who Monthly asking about the Heath death of the universe. Thanks to a typo, I had no idea what the hell was going on. It's on a heath? Is that the Barnet bypass? Where is that heath? What's going on? I got confused.
Breaking news.
Yes, breaking news.
Are we doing breaking news?
We can do if you like.
Saturday's match of the day will not have studio presenter or pundits after contributors have pulled out in solidarity with Gary Lineker.
Yep. Oh, it's all kicking off over here. We'll talk more about it on the Flashing Blade on Sunday.
Just because you work for an organisation doesn't mean you can't express your own view.
Also, it's rather hypocritical. It's selective. Alan Sugar, Sir Alan Sugar, or whatever the fuck his name is. He can say whatever the hell he wants. Yeah, he's a TV presenter for the BBC. It's definite bias. Anyway, we'll talk about that on Sunday. The plan is to take a week's break and to come back in 2 weeks with episodes 1 and 2 of Logopolis. That's the plan. Hopefully it happens.
Silopagol.
Oh, don't. I found the outtake of Jo from the Flashing Blade when she's trying to say Logopolitan and failing, and it's hilarious.
Silogopol? Is that yeah, Silogopol.
What?
It's backwards.
Okay. Fair enough. So that's the plan. 2 weeks' time, and also we'll have the competition for to win a season 18 Blu-ray set. Providing I can get the donor to come up with a couple of questions, which for him shouldn't be that difficult.
Silopagol.
Okay, he's off.
Silopagol. Now, I haven't worked out Castrovalva yet, but Silopagol. Yes.
Okay. I've got a possible challenge next time round.
Right.
Can I sing the correct... No.
No.
Right. That just ends that. Can I sing the correct incidental music at the correct time during Logopolis? I mean, when I wrote Reduced Logopolis, I did it all from memory and I got it spot on.
There's very little point me saying no.
I can't do it because people... Well, I might do it a little bit, but not much. Because people obviously... The last thing they want is just me wailing. Quite frankly. I love Logopolis. I love the music. I absolutely adore it. I love Season 18.
Still up a goal.
We haven't decided what we're going to do after this Season 18. I think it's your choice, actually.
Have we done a Davison yet? Yeah, we did Resurrection of the Daleks.
Yeah, it's your choice what you want to do next, whether you want it to be a theme or just a one-off. Or...
Oh, and we did Warriors on the Cheap.
Yes, thanks for that. I appreciate it.
What to do next? The Crotons.
Yeah, right, I'm game. Let's try and find something, anything interesting to say about the Crotons. There's the challenge.
Henry Solon's in it.
Yes, his first time out in Doctor Who. He'd be back in a couple of weeks' time for the War Games. A completely different acting. It showed what a great character actor he was. I bloody love you, I do, Philip. That's a callback to some Flashing Blades past. I think we're going to go.
Okay.
So hopefully 2 weeks' time, episodes 1 and 2 of Logopolis, as well as hopefully the actual competition.
Buy my book.
Oh yes, and please go to Amazon, by the way, World's Bestest Poetry, Volume 1. Because that's the world's bestest poet sitting there.
Me.
Yeah. I actually really do like the poetry. Right, I'm going. Actually, we're going. So goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.